So this part here, I'm just going to go ahead and break stuff down. I'm going to take all the covers off like you saw me do before. I'm going to go ahead and remove the MAF. I'm going to take the air box out, see what the filter looks like. I need to replace it, but unfortunately nobody sells it. I got to order it online. I'm going to take this assembly off and see if I can't clean the oil and air separator. I'm going to see if I can't get the throttle body out and give that a good cleaning. Just basically maintenance stuff. And then I got the whole oil change stuff, so I may change the oil as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get to it. I'll stop as I'm going to show and explain some stuff. So this is what I was talking about. Obviously this thing has not been cleaned, and holy cow, I don't even know how long. All right, my suspicions are correct. The main pipe here that I believe is coming from the intercooler up into the throttle body, and then here's the map. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can. I'm going to take it all apart, but it's right there. But what concerns me is that is all oil. This thing is just coated with it, which tells me, since this is the pipe that goes down, I'm wondering if I got oil in my supercharger or in my intercooler. So that's interesting. All right, let me continue on. I think it just needs a good cleaning. So yeah, it's look at this. I don't know if you can see it. It is just, I can see the oil on the outside. If you're wondering why I don't have my gloves on, it's because I thought I had rubber gloves, a box of them. I can't find them, so I got to use my thick gloves. And unfortunately, when it comes to some of these spots, I can't reach in with the gloves on. So I had to unglove and F and do it, but that just means my hands are going to get real dirty. I'm going to go ahead and clean this. I went ahead and bought some MAF cleaner, which I'm just going to go ahead and spray in there and then let it all dry. Take a couple rags, clean it up really good, clean up the piping. I'm going to take the throttle connection there off and see what it looks like in there, and probably clean the throttle out too, because man, this is just a mess. There's definitely air in there, and one of the codes, or one of the dealer notes was oil in the intake, so we already knew that. So my guess is the oil is coming through here and going through the intercooler and then coming right back up, and I think that's how we're getting oil in the intake. So I definitely needed to take this off and clean that oil separator. Now, question is, how much oil is in that is in the intercooler? For that, I'm going to have to go ahead and take off the front bumper, which I was actually considering having to do anyways, because yeah, I don't know. All right, we'll just hit it and keep going. All right, now we're going to go ahead and try and get this tunnel here. And which I believe goes to this is the supercharger here, I think. I don't know, but I need to get to this oil separator. Now check this out. Look, I don't know if you can see it. Look how much oil. You can just see it. Oh, this thing is just covered. So we need to clean this bad boy out. So this is this piece right here. So what's supposed to happen is when the supercharger engages, I believe this closes and then it just runs, and then I guess when the supercharger engages, this is supposed to close. But yeah, now I guess that this is all one piece is what it looks like to me, so I need to clean it up. We'll spray the crap out of it, I guess. Alright, I'll come back. I got the supercharger valve. I don't know what it's called, but it basically opens up to allow the supercharger to hit. That opens, I cleaned that out. That's out drying right now. Took off the oil air separator. Lots of oil. Not too bad in there. There is some oil in there. I'm going to go ahead and clean out as much as I can. I did clean out this area right here with some degreaser, so it's a little nicer. I don't know if you can see this. I don't have an air filter. So what I did was my 370 old ones, they're smaller, so I just fit two of them in there. I'm not driving it around this way, so don't worry. I just want something in there so when I start it up, because the other filter is just trashed, and these are those K&N ones that are cleanable, so those ones are at least, they'll work for right now. I know that's not what I'm supposed to have in there, but that's what I got. I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning this stuff up, but I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this off, and I believe this is the throttle body right here. And I'm going to see if I can't clean that up as well, because there's gunk in there too. So I've got some throttle body cleaner. I'm going to clean all that up, and then we'll let all that stuff dry, and we'll see. I still got to figure out how I can check my. Boy, that's just got a lot of gunk and stuff in there too. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that needs to be cleaned up. So we'll go ahead and clean that up. Yeah, so you can see there's oil here. So I'm going to just give it a quick cleaning. Vacuum hoses. I'm just going to give it a quick cleaning and then spray some carburetor cleaner in there. So went ahead and sprayed some carburetor cleaner in there. I'm waiting for all the other parts to dry. So now I'm just going to give quick degreasing of the engine. I did a little bit, but I wanted to show you this, which I thought was very interesting. So here is the oil, and I'm guessing it has not been changed in a while. So once I degrease this a little bit, there is the coolant level sensor is covered in oil, so I'm gonna pull that out, or at least the connector, clean it all up. Maybe I got some contact cleaner. I'm gonna go ahead and clean that real quick, and hopefully that sensor is good. It's just that it's soaked with oil and it's just not working right. If not, I'll have to replace the sensor, which I think I got to drain, because it's right in the bottom of the coolant reservoir, which is right here. And I'm pretty sure up, so I don't want to do that. I've been trying to figure out, it's not the easiest to see down in here. I'm trying to see if I can tell how much coolant is in there. And it looks full to me. The whole thing's green. I would think that if it wasn't, I would be able to tell. But it looks full to me, so I don't think there's a coolant leak anywhere. I think it's just the sensor. So let me go ahead and start degreasing. You can see it. Those two little pins right there, that's the oil sensor. So you can see I cleaned a lot of it out, a lot of the gunk, but way down in there you can see that there's oil collecting. So something is spraying it up here. I think it's the serpentine valve belt, but there was a lot of oil down in here. So I'm hoping by cleaning that oil separator that'll stop that. I cleaned this contact here, which is for the oil level, or I mean the coolant level. Sorry, those were for the coolant level, not oil. So I got a lot of this cleaned up, so it looks a lot better. I still got to clean this area right here. As you can see, there's a lot of crap underneath here, so I'm going to clean that up as well, and hopefully that'll look better. All right. All right, so it looks like the issue with the cam sensor wicking oil, it looks like they went ahead and put the adapter in, which is a good thing. That means that this had the TSP or TSP done, which is good. That means I don't have to worry about the oil, but I am going to go ahead and clean it up in here. Well, I think we're clean, although, geez, look at this. Broke here. It's like I need a new front grille. We'll just add that to the list. All right, so I cleaned all that. I put the coolant back, the coolant level sensor cable back in. I'm gonna go check on all the stuff I cleaned, the housing for the top of the throttle body, the supercharger, valve, the oil separator, put the airbags together. I'm going to put all this stuff back together. I'm going to go make sure that all that stuff is dry. And then I think we're going to go ahead and change the oil, or maybe I'll wait for the next episode to do that. But I'm curious to see if the codes change. See if I still. Oh, that's right. I'm going to change the spark plugs too. Probably do that. I could do that right now since I'm waiting for the other stuff to finish. Now we're going to go ahead and start putting it back together. Everything's back together. I didn't put the engine covers back on yet, but went ahead and cleaned the housing to where the throttle body is. Went ahead and also cleaned the throttle body real quick with some carburetor cleaner. Cleaned the MAF, plugged that back in. Also cleaned the coolant level indicator sensor. I cleaned the contacts and also cleaned the connection at all, let it dry, put it back together. And then we went ahead and did the valve for the supercharger. I cleaned this whole assembly out as well as the oil separator. And then, of course, like I said, I'm using two 370 air filters kind of covering the hole just so I can use it. I'm not going to leave it that way. I got to order a air filter at Walmart, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Advantage. None of them have it. Well, apparently this is a one-of-a-kind car. I don't know. But anyways, everything is back in. So I am going to clear the codes. I'm going to clear the code. The codes that are on there right now, which are 301, 302, and 410. 410 is that bad boy back here, which is the fresh air. I don't think that's going to change. I'm hoping that cleaning the MAF and getting the oil out of this stuff will help with the 301 and 302. I also threw some injector cleaner into the gas tank and threw a couple gallons in, so it was almost empty. This is also, I'm going to go ahead, well, I'm not worried about it right now. I could put it in there too. Actually, I'm going to throw some window washer fluid. We'll fill that up too, because one of the forums said that you could also get the coolant light for window washer fluid. I don't know. So anyways, and also just so you know, this is why we glove up and F and do it, because it's a mess. All right, let me fill this up, and then I'll start it, and we'll see where we're at. Well, it's running. I mean, the good news is the fresh air and the misfires, those codes went away, and they're not there. The bad news, if we can call it, I don't know if it is, I'm having a supercharger issue. The wastegate is not working. That's what it says. I'm going to look the two codes up. It's 245 and 246. But it is running. Doesn't seem to be running as jutty. Here, I'll step on the gas a couple times. Still getting the coolant error though, so that cleaning the contacts didn't do it. But it does look like it's full, so I don't know. So we move on from here. At least some of the codes that I had, those cleared up. I'm going to change the spark plugs, and I may move the coil packs around to see what we're looking at. I definitely need to change oil. I'm sure that's going to have something to do with it too. So till then, hopefully next time I will be able to glove up and do what I need to do. Although I may go right into doing that today, I don't know. We'll see. Sunday, maybe I want to relax, watch football. All right. Click the subscribe button if you would, and let me a comment. Let me know what's going on. If you have one of these and you've had issues with the supercharger, please let me know. Or the coolant issues or anything like that, drop me a comment so maybe you can point me in the right direction. Till then, I'll be searching the internet for it. But as always, if you got something to do in your car, or now you have a new project car, don't be afraid to glove up and F and do it. All right, thanks a lot.